Okay, so I think we can pretty much get started with this. Hi, everyone. It's a pleasure to meet you. I'm Anna Bertoldini. Welcome to my webinar, Growing Your Personal Brand in Extraordinary Times. I called it this because of the current situation with COVID and so forth. A lot of the branding techniques that people normally use, normally in person, will not be available or very limited. So all the tips and tricks that I'll talk about today will be mostly done from your laptop or from your work from home situation. So I'm just going to introduce myself. I'm an IMC graduate from 2018. I graduated from the Marketing and Sales Masters, and now I work in Barcelona, Spain for Glovo. And I'm super excited to be here because I know how it feels to be in your positions right now, looking for jobs and being super stressed and getting ready for exams and so forth. So I'm very excited to be amongst the other alumni and be able to talk to you here about what I've done and what I'm passionate about, which is personal branding. So at this moment, I'm going to mute all of you. If you do have any questions that you'd like to ask, please ask them via chat. And then at the end, I'm going to open up to a Q&A session, and I'll be able to answer most of your questions. I'll select a few. So yeah, let's get started. So let's jump right in. The agenda for today is going to be a little bit about who I am, what I do at Glovo and Glovo as a company, how to build your personal brand digitally, some interview hacks, and how to choose the right company. And then I'm going to open it up to the Q&A session so you can ask any questions that you might have. So a little bit about who I am. I'm a marketing professional, and I'm specialized in brand strategy, employer branding, marketing communications, and content management and development. Ever since I graduated, I made it my mission to help global companies build their brands and communicate their culture, mission, purpose with authentic and effective storytelling. Ever since a long time, I've been a sucker for a good story, and I know it's the best way to help messages resonate with people best. So I really use that technique the most when I do my marketing. Currently, I'm the Global Employer Branding Specialist at Glovo in Barcelona, Spain. So a little bit about what I do. So I can't really talk about what I do on a day-to-day basis because Glovo is still a startup, even though we're growing and growing, but it's pretty dynamic. Mainly, my mission is to position Glovo as a top employer to key talent segments across the world, and also to work on our employer value proposition, which is how external candidates as well as internal employees see Glovo as a place to work. Mainly what I do is I create and disseminate employer branded messaging across our online and offline channels, such as Glassdoor, LinkedIn, social media, our corporate and career websites, email outreach, candidate communication, really anything that requires some external communication, I do from a candidate standpoint. And now I'm going to tell you a little bit more about Glovo as a company. Glovo is the everything delivery app. Mainly, it's a delivery app. It's like a Deliveroo, an Uber Eats, or a Volt that we have in Austria. But Glovo has a multi-category value proposition. So even though food is at the core of our business, Glovo is delivering pretty much anything. We do groceries, we do store products, pharmacy, delivery express. So if you forget your keys at someone's house, you can order through the app a courier to go get them for you and bring them back. Supermarket, we also have a Buy Local Now initiative to help local businesses recover after COVID. And we're a Barcelona-based startup. We were founded in 2015 by Oscar Peer and Sasha Michaud, and we've been growing a lot ever since. We deliver about 100 million orders a year. We operate in about 22 countries and in over 440 cities. We're the fastest growing food delivery player in Europe at the moment, and we have a strong focus on achieving leadership position in all our markets, as opposed to expanding and keep getting into new markets, even though we hope to get to Austria soon. Here you have a list of the countries in which we're operating in, and where you see the star is where we're #1 in growth. And really, that's our focus at the moment, is to make anything available in your city and deliver it to you in under 60 minutes. It's to connect people to their cities. So now that you know a bit more about who I am and what I do at Glovo, I'm going to jump right into personal branding, which is the main subject for today. So I'm going to kick it off with this quote by Jeff Bezos. He's been widely quoted for this. Your brand is what other people say about you when you're not in the room. And this could not be truer nowadays, especially online. Now, people do not play a part in building your personal brand. That is uniquely up to you. But distinguishing yourself nowadays from everyone else that may be selling the same product or yourself is really, really important. So why should you invest in your personal brand? I'm sure all of you have a lot of stuff on your plates right now. So why should you allocate time to this? Well, there's many reasons for that. A strong personal brand can help you in a number of ways. And these are just a few. For example, if you're looking for a job, expanding your network can help you get more referrals. Recruiters will notice you more if you expand your personal brand, and it'll help you land more job interviews. If you're looking to grow in your career, it'll help you get promoted as you're more visible and you're able to market yourself better. If you're a sales representative, it'll help you close more deals as people trust you more. If you're a business development representative or an entrepreneur, it'll help you land more partnerships with other companies as they trust you. And if you're looking to become a thought leader or an influencer, it'll help you land more speaking engagements and also be an expert in your field and gain authority in that. But really, these are just the few of the many reasons why you should invest in your personal brand. Personal brand, in my opinion, is made up of 4 main building blocks: your image, your values, your mission, and your skills. So your image is how you present yourself to the world, both online and offline. The digital environment allows you to broadcast yourself one way and helps people feel like they know you. It's all about identifying the right audience and channels. How do you want to portray yourself to the world? And then your values. What's important to you? What's your why? Why do you do what you do? This is going to help you frame your message. Your mission is what you're passionate about. What's your objective and message to the world? What do you want people to know you for? This is truly important in really understanding what you want to say. And your skills are your key competencies. What do you have to offer what do you have to bring to the table? What do you have to offer people? What's your unique selling point? These are all important things that are part of building your personal brand. So then how do you build your personal brand? Well, I'll give you a high-level overview of how you can do it. There are many ways, but these are just 5 of the few. The first one, and probably one of the most important ones, is to be authentic. This is the most important thing because you have to be open to showing your vulnerability, ask questions, and show your human side. This will allow people to empathize and trust you so you can help and be helped and build lasting relationships with people. Then tell your unique story. I'll talk about this a little bit more in the coming slides, but telling your unique story, how you went from nothing to greatness or from nothing to who you are now, is truly important to help people create an emotional and human connection with you. And this will also help create lasting relationships that'll last a longer time. And then tailor your online presence. I'll also talk about this in the next couple slides. But tailoring your online presence is really about identifying your target audience and then kind of tailoring who you are and what you want to say to who you need, to who should hear you and who should be receptive to your message. And then 4th, add value to others. Really, personal branding is about using your skills to help elevate other people. Use your skills to bring to the table how you can help others that then will help you eventually as your career keeps growing. And finally, appreciate opportunities. Really, even if you'll be presented a lot of opportunities and chances and initiatives and also great connections in your life. And even if those things don't go your way all the time, always appreciate people's time and effort in helping you out, or even their openness to being helped. You never know when those people will be beneficial to have in the future as your career keeps growing. Now I'm going to talk about LinkedIn. I know that in the doc area, you use Xing a lot, and that's a super important social media network for professionals. But I'm going to cover LinkedIn today because if you want to scale your brand internationally, LinkedIn really has a lot to offer in terms of optimizing your profile, as well as publishing cool content that will be seen by lots of people. First of all, optimize your profile for 7 seconds. This is really important because, as in real life, it does take 7 seconds for people to make a first impression about you. So optimize your profile for maximum impact. 87% of recruiters in the US search for candidates on LinkedIn to fill positions. So make sure your profile is out there and being noticed. Here I have 7 main tips in order for you to optimize your profile. The first one is to personalize your URL. So if you go in the top right corner of your profile and you see the pencil symbol, you can click on that. It'll take you right to your contact info and you can personalize your URL there. And make sure it's your name. If your name is already taken, add some middle initial, make it as close as possible to your actual name for maximum searchability. And it also looks more professional. The second thing you can do is optimize your profile picture. Now, you may hire a photographer for this, or you can do it yourself, but make sure your picture is professional and approachable. You never know who's looking at your profile, because you want people to want to work with you just by looking at that. And according to a LinkedIn survey, people who have a profile picture receive 9 times more connections than people who don't have a profile picture. So this is very important. The third part is your headline. So this is basically your title. This will show up alongside your picture when you comment or post something on LinkedIn, and also it'll show up under your name when people access your profile. If you do have a job and you have a position, add your role and fill it with industry-related keywords for searchability. For example, I have employer brand strategy and recruitment marketing at Glovo. I have employer brand, I have strategy, I have marketing in there. So people will find me based on those keywords. If you have a job, you can also make it a mission statement. For example, Glovo recruiters have delivering the job of your lives /recruiter. If you don't have a job already and you want to be a recruiter, for example, you can put looking to connect talent with great opportunities /recruiting /sourcing, anything that will make you more searchable by the recruiters who are looking for those positions to be filled. The fourth part is your summary. This is your about section, and this is basically your elevator pitch. Here you should write a short and concise paragraph about what you're all about. You should include your mission, your skills, your unique selling point, basically what you have to offer to the world, and fill it with industry-related keywords, also for maximum searchability. This is supposed to really be engaging and let recruiters know immediately what you're all about. The fifth part is your professional experience. And this goes back to the telling your unique story. Your professional experience should not read like a resume. It should read like a story. You should have short and concise paragraphs talking about the impact that you had in a role that you were in. It should not be your day-to-day activities or what you were responsible for. It's about impact. And then use bullet points to highlight key achievements, metrics, and results that you really want recruiters and other people to notice. And the sixth part is to use rich media. On every professional experience entry that you have, you can add links to your websites, articles, pictures, videos, anything that you can think of that can bring your work to life and create that visual connection between you and your audience and your story. And finally, ask for recommendations. This is really important for your personal brand in order to build credibility and authority and kind of showcase your expertise in a certain subject or skill. So think about someone who would be able to vouch for your character and skills. It could be a professor, it could be a fellow student, it could be a coworker, a manager, a supervisor, anyone that has worked closely with you and is able to speak for what you're able to do and your personality traits that are good on the job. For example, here I have my last one is from Prof. Maura from the IMC. I was super happy when he agreed to give me a recommendation because super happy to have that on my profile. I'm going to move on to the type of content that you should publish in order to gain that expertise and build your personal brand. You do want to be vocal about what you stand for and what's going through your mind, so you stay top of mind for your audience. Your profile will definitely catch their eye, but in order to keep them engaged and keep them interested in following you, you need to have cool content that's relevant and recent. And you can use a different mix of media. You can publish articles. You can publish blog posts, you can have pictures, you can have videos, text. It can be uniquely created by you, or it can be also external content. Anything that's interesting for your audience that'll help you tell your story best. For example, here I have on the bottom right corner, I have a blog post by me on how to move to Spain, why it was the best decision I've ever made. And on top, I have a team picture from our virtual Friday drinks. And then in the center, I have a really cool moment where I was able to present my work in front of the whole company at Glovo. And on the far left, I have just a text about what I think about small talk and how to do it best. Just little things that kind of keep people, little bits of knowledge that are interesting for people and can add value and can also heighten my expertise in the areas of personal branding and, in this case, employer branding. So now I'm going to talk about interview hacks. Disclaimer, I'm not a recruiter, but I've been working in HR for the last couple years, and I've been connecting with a lot of HR professionals across different companies, and talking here and there, mingling. I was able to get an idea and some really cool tips on how to land or how to ace an interview once you're in one. So here are my tips. For any company, these are really important. Here are 5. The first thing is to do your research, as much research as possible. You probably already know this, but really be as prepared as possible. Research the company, the business, the industry, latest trends. Research the type of team you're going to be working in. Research even the type of people you may be reporting to. Anything that can make you look more prepared and excited for the role that you're applying for. And then offer information. Interviews should not be a unilateral discussion between the interviewer, the recruiter, and you. It should be a two-way conversation. So when a recruiter asks a question, answer it, but also follow up with more information and examples that could be useful for them to understand if you're a good candidate or not. Offer concrete examples. In this case, follow the STAR method. So STAR stands for situation, task, action, and result. So talk about specific examples of situations in which you had a challenge you had to overcome, how you overcame it, and what was the result. For example, if you had a conflict with a manager or coworker, how did you resolve it? If you were under pressure and had to deliver a task on time with a really tight deadline, how did you go about it? Be very specific about your actions, and then to the next point, connect those actions and results to the company values. So you'll find the company values on the company's career site or corporate website. Look up what they believe in and what they're all about, and try to connect your actions as closely as possible to those values without mentioning the values directly, because a lot of companies evaluate candidates based on how well they fit with those values. And then finally, prepare questions. This is super, super important. It really, really does impress recruiters when you have really good questions. So ask about the position, who you will be reporting to, the team, the company itself, the business. You can ask something like, how's it like being at, let's say, Glovo on a day-to-day basis? What's the role like on a day-to-day basis? Or you can ask, who am I going to be reporting to? How's their managerial style? These are all great questions that shows that you're interested in the next step, which is you being hired. I know that right now it's really hard to be picky about what type of company you want to be working for, given the current situation. But as things start going back to normal and you want to choose the right company to kickstart your career, make sure you follow this tip that I learned over time. Pick the company you want to work for based on its company culture and how it fits with your values. In a recent Glassdoor survey, I was reading that over half of respondents chose company culture as opposed to a high salary when picking or applying for a job. This is really important to know because company culture will guarantee a happier work life for you. If the people around you share the same purpose and kind of share the same values as you, it's really important that you feel comfortable in that workplace. For example, if you value sustainability, look for a company that values social impact and corporate social responsibility. If you're a new mom, look for companies who have great benefits for working moms. These are all great ways to understand what type of company culture they have and the values that they believe in. Also here, I have some value-based questions to ask in an interview in case that's something that you're looking for. For example, what makes you proud to work at this company? How does the organization support your career growth? What causes conflict and how is conflict resolved? How do you as a manager support and motivate your team? These are all great questions to understand what kind of culture you're going to be jumping in. Because even though you may not be spending that much time at the office itself, you're going to be spending a lot of time with those people. So make sure you pick the right team. So that's pretty much it for my webinar. I would love to connect with you. Here you have 3 of my social media handles. You have my Xing, my LinkedIn, and my Instagram, as well as some social media handles from Glovo. There's Instagram, LinkedIn, Facebook. Follow us, like us. And then also the locations in which we're hiring and type of departments. We're hiring in Spain, Italy, Poland, Romania, Croatia. Departments, you have marketing, new business, operations, sales, and so forth. So there's many opportunities if you check out our career site and find something interesting for you. And if you want to connect with me and talk more about personal branding, or if you have a question that wasn't answered here, please let me know and connect with me and let's have a chat at some point. I would love that.